So Split is a movie about three different girls who are kidnapped by a man with 23 different personalities. What I mean by that is 1 minute they'll see a guy who's super strict, very serious, doesn't do much, just stands there and says certain things. 5 minutes later, he'll leave, and then he'll come back and he'll be what he thinks as a 9-year-old boy. He'll be all, "Hey, how's it going? You want to see my blue socks? I have a jukebox." Very interesting, very weird movie. So just from the premise, watching the trailers alone, I was kind of excited for this movie. Just because I like this really strange idea that you're trapped in this dungeon, essentially. And 1 minute this guy could be coming back as one person, and the next he coming back as another. So I thought that was definitely really interesting. And I have to say, M. Night Shyamalan movies, the guy who directed and wrote this movie, he's had some good ones with The Sixth Sense, Unbreakable, Signs. He's also had some bad ones. Lady in the Water, The Last Airbender, The Village, quite a few bad ones. This is a return for him. This is a great movie. First of all, we have to start with James McAvoy, the guy who plays the man with 23 different personalities. He does a phenomenal job in this movie. He does a great job at 1 minute being a 9-year-old, another being a 32-year-old woman. It's awesome. His acting is just perfect in this movie. Without his acting, I think the movie would maybe even fall apart. It is a little slow, but it's a good slow burn. It's a slow burn that's just thrilling. It's very intense, and I love that about it. The directing from M. Night Shyamalan is fantastic as well. I think he does a great job of really setting up tension, really making things feel just intense and keeping you on the edge of your seat. So I loved his directing in this movie. It's phenomenal. The movie is also really nicely shot. I love the tones of it. I love just the feel of it. And again, it's just intense. And I love that about this movie. So it is beautifully directed. It is definitely a return for M. Night Shyamalan in just the directing point. The writing is also fantastic. I thought the script was really, really nicely done, except for just maybe one scene. There's one scene where it's nothing but an exposition scene. It's like 5 minutes long. It's literally just telling you everything that we kind of have already seen and I kind of already got. And it's just all laid out onto you like it's a 5 minute scene. It's a Skype call between this counselor who sees James McAvoy's character, and it's just telling you, oh, this is what he does, blah, 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 this is this. That I found to be a little annoying. Other than that, the writing is very nicely done. Now, there are some things besides that exposition scene that don't really work for me. Not all the acting is great. The James McAvoy character, he's awesome, as I said before. The main girl, I believe her name is Anna Taylor-Joy, something like that. She does a phenomenal job. But then there's the two other girls, and there's moments where it's not good. It seemed, best way example I could describe is like one of those horror movies that just have bad actresses who die. I'm not saying that they do necessarily just go, they're there to be pretty girls and die, but that's what they kind of felt like. They just felt like they're there to be pretty and then die. And so their acting wasn't the best. It wasn't horrible, but there was moments. Another thing I didn't like is that there's a lot of flashbacks in this movie with the main girl, and they just kind of felt unnecessary. I get what they were going for, what he was going for, what they were trying to get from her, but they were just put in some of the weirdest spots that didn't make any sense to me, and they could have taken out there's like 5, 6, 7, there's probably 5 or 6, 7 flashbacks, and I think they could have took out at least 2 or 3 of them, and we could have still gotten it, and it still would have worked. The other thing I need to talk about is the ending. Now, Shyamalan movies usually have some kind of twist. I wouldn't say this is a twist. It's just an ending that it's really hard to explain, but it's an ending that if you don't understand it, you're not going to like the movie as much. I did understand it, and I still didn't love the ending that much. The movie is super realistic, and then, without spoiling anything, the ending gets a little unrealistic. And that's kind of where I kind of fell off the train a little bit. The ending is just too unrealistic, and it does, if you understand the ending, you will get the movie, and you will probably like it with a lot of people have. And I did understand the ending, and I still just found it to be jarring, because 1 minute, I mean, for about an hour and a half of the movie is super realistic, and then the last 20 minutes to a half hour is just kind of unrealistic. So it was a little too much for me. That I would say is my biggest negative of the movie. Otherwise, the movie is really good. It's got great tension. It's got great acting for the most part. Beautifully shot, beautifully directed. In the end, I think I'd probably give this movie about 7 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. I think you should go see it. Just keep in mind, there is an ending that if you don't understand, you might not like it. I almost kind of wish that I went into the movie knowing the ending. A lot of times people don't want the ending spoiled for them. I kind of wish I would have known this. I might have liked it a bit more. I think I kind of want to go see it again, see it again just to see if I would change my mind of it now that I know what the ending is. In the end, though, right now I'd give it a 7 out of 10. So tell me what you guys think. Hit that like button, subscribe, comment below. We'll see you soon.